everybody. Let's see who's on here. Hey, Mary. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, everybody. Let's see who's on here. Hey, Mary. Okay, gotta mute my phone because I'm hearing myself echoing. Okay, let me check one thing really quick before we get started. And okay, I think I'm ready now, guys. Hey, Linda. Hey, Mary. Thank you guys for joining me. Okay, I have to first say I might have to switch my glasses. I got these several weeks ago, and I was going to get the progression lens and changed my mind and just did the no line bifocal, and they had to readjust the bifocal. It was way too strong. It's kind of blurry. I just picked them up yesterday or the day before. I can't remember now, but it's still blurry. So I'm having a really hard time seeing, but I wanted to wear them to see if maybe I would adjust. It's not so bad. The top part is really good. I like that, but the bottom part, so everything's kind of fuzzy. So I'm kind of trying to stand back and not be so close and see if maybe that helps me to be able to see. And then I also want to say, excuse the ugly sweater. We have a finished basement, a walkout basement in our house, and this is where I'm at, my craft room, and it is cold in here. I turned the heat on today for the first time this year, but I'm always cold, and I came down with just a t-shirt on and didn't have time to run upstairs because I was having trouble with my webcam. And I have a card for you guys today. Oh my God, I hope you guys love it as much as I do, because it happened by accident that I made it. And usually those are they turn out to be my favorite cards, is the one I mess up on and then totally take the card in a different direction. So I have the supply list and all the details, the measurements and everything on my blog. And then I'm going to demonstrate it for you today, so that way you can see exactly how I made it. Okay, who else do we have? Oh, it is comfy. Oh, Mary, you be quiet, you Floridian. I want to move there so bad. I love Florida. We go to Destin, and I absolutely love Florida. I would move there in a heartbeat, but I don't think I'm going to ever be able to convince my husband to do so. So what I'm going to do first is let's go over, and I want to just remind everybody that the DSP paper ends next Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, the 31st. So make sure that you guys get in on this deal if you are needing DSP paper, because this is a pretty good deal. And the special project that I've been working on, I don't have it completed yet, and I'm not going to share it until it is 100% done and I can say go to my blog and all the details are there on how you can sign up for this class, because I do think I have come up with a way that we can do a class together, and it'll probably be 4, maybe 5 videos long, and we'll do it in steps because it's going to be a big project for you guys to do. And it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to put a supply list on my blog of suggested items that I used. I'll show you mine first so you can get ideas, and I'll show you how I made mine. And then I'm just going to put a suggested supply list, but I'm going to put a minimum order on my online store. I haven't figured out that amount yet, but I will tell you this DSP you're going to need. And I hate to try to be suggestive in that way and say, I can't show you what it is, but you're going to need this, because I know until you know what the project is, you don't know if you want to do it or not. But I will just say, if you need DSP paper and you need, or you think that you like Christmas Around the World, this will be one of the papers that I'm using in the very first special project that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to be using the Around the World embellishments. So I will tell you that. And then the other one that I have decided that I'm going to do a little bit down, later down the road, is Birthday Memories designer paper. And I think I also did the Delightful Daisy designer paper. So any of these that have any embellishments like this ribbon or this punch. I'm not so much sure about this stamp set. I do have that stamp set, but it's basically going to be about the papers, and I'm going to show you guys the design idea, and then you guys can do your embellishments however you want. But I just wanted to let you know that the paper, the DSP paper ends, and these are some of the things that, some of the papers that I'm going to be, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mary says I'm killing her with the waiting. You guys, I just don't want to post it and not be able to be the first one to offer it to you. Let me put it to you like that. So I want to keep it under wraps till I have mine completed, and I can go to my, you can go to my blog and order it right then that day. Okay. And I'm going to emphasize, if you're a scrapbooker, this is what you're going to like. This is going to be for you. So that way, if you're not so much into scrapbooking, you can be like, oh, okay, no, I'm not probably going to be interested in what she's working on or what she's offering. My first one that I did, I didn't use Stampin' Up! Paper. So that's why I don't want to share that with you guys. It's from a different paper pack that I have already in my craft room. And I will share that one with you because I did use Stampin' Up! Stuff. But what I offer in my classes, you know, I want to support Stampin' Up! That's where I buy my stuff from. So that's kind of why I'm going with that for that. So take a look at these papers and see if you guys think that you're interested in any of them. And if you are, I would say just go ahead and buy, it's buy 3, get 1 free. So you could buy 2 of one pack, you know, that I showed you, and then 2 of another pack, and then just use them. If you don't ever sign up for the class, then you'll have them to use. But it's, you know, I'm not trying to be pushy. I just want you guys to know that the DSP paper goes on sale, and if you are interested in my little thing, hey Jordan, love you. That's my cousin's daughter. Okay, so I'm gonna hop on over to my work area because we've only got a half hour, and today's card is going to be a little bit longer. And can you guys let me know if you can see this good, or if I need to zoom my camera in just a little bit, if I need to lower it? Hi, Teresa. Yes, I'm so happy you caught one live. Can somebody comment and let me know? Can you guys see this card okay, or should I lower my camera? Because to me, it looks like on my screen, it kind of looks like I'm a little bit far away. And I know I have a little bit of a delayed reaction. Okay, zoom in a little. Let me know when, guys. I don't want to go too... You don't want to see me. I hope I'm not making anybody too dizzy. Let me know about that, guys. Let me know if you can see that, okay? Okay, I lowered it now. Let me know if that looks good, guys. I'm going to start with the supply list, and then I'll check my comments here in just a minute. So this is the card I made. Okay, thanks, Linda. Linda says it's better. Let me see if it needs to be. It looks like it's crooked just a bit. I want to make sure. Oh, there we go. I think that's much better. Okay, so this is the card that I'm going to demonstrate for you guys today and tell you it happened by accident. Teresa says, this is just going to make me want more stuff, and I just finished putting a box of new stuff away. I'm sorry, Teresa. I could not go to sleep last night thinking about doing this card for you guys today because I am in love with this card. But I got to get started or we're going to be over a half hour today. So anyway, this is the card that I'm going to make for you guys. And I'll go over the supply list, then I'll tell you my little mistake, how I came across it, okay? So I used the Woodland Texture embossing folder to emboss the piece of Old Olive back here. Then I used the gold metallic thread right there on it. Of course, I used the linen thread for my bow. And then I used the gold faceted gems to put right there in the center of the bow. The inks that I used, I'm not sure if you guys can see these, I used Soft Suede, Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, Cajun Craze, Chocolate Chip, and Soft Suede. Okay? Now, I think I'm going to run into a problem. I thought I had enough sponges. I'll have to borrow from the Soft Suede, I guess. So what I did, my cardstock too, I'm so excited to get started on the card. The base I used was just our regular 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I cut it in half like we normally do. I was doing really good at that point. You're going to need a piece of Whisper White, and this is just a scrap piece, but let me measure it really quick and tell you guys. It's approximately 5 by 5. So just a scrap piece. The Old Olive piece of cardstock is 3 by 5 1/4. And then I cut a piece of Very Vanilla. And I don't have this one marked down. This one is about 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I just cut another piece of Very Vanilla. Hey Cindy, I'm so glad you could join. So this piece is just for the sentiment. And then the stamp set is Vintage Leaves. And then Painted Harvest is where I got my sentiment from. And then Postscript. And this is one of my favorite stamps for like a background stamp. So then what I did, I'm going to grab my trimmer. Okay. So the piece of Cajun Craze, I scored it wrong. So what ended up happening was this piece is, and here's where I can't see with my glasses, 7 1/2 by 5 1/2. So let me just see. We need to trim it down just a little bit. So that's where I messed up at. That was my first mistake, okay? Then I scored it at 4 1/4. So let me just grab this. I score better when I use my bone folder and do it like this. So that's how I got my funky fold, guys, because I messed up. But I stood it up, and I thought, yep, it stands up, so I'm going to go with that, okay? So then I'm going to bring in the Big Shot, and I'm going to have to turn it. Oh, gosh, this is going to be backwards for me. So I'm going to take the piece of Old Olive and the Woodland Texture embossing folder, and we're just going to emboss that. And I like to get it in the middle because you can get a nice image there. Where's my plates? So we'll put this. This is going to be so hard for me to try to crank that wheel in this direction because I normally set the Big Shot long way, so I don't even know if I can do this. Okay, I guess I can. Okay, so now we have that piece, and I'm just going to lay that right there out of the way for right now. I'm trying to keep myself organized, guys. Hi, Brianna. Can you show me how to change our blades on the trimmer? I'm thinking about getting one. Can be after you demo everything. I will do it right now, Brianna, or I will forget. It is super simple to do. Okay, I think you guys can see, but I'm going to try to scooch it down this way. On the trimmer, there is a little hole right there. And if you slide your blade down there, it just pops right out. And of course, I'm on camera and can't get mine. I got to turn it. I can't do it like that. I just changed mine the other day. But I promise you, they pop right out. It is really super easy to do. I did it the other day. There you go. See, it pops right out. And then it has that little lip thing. When you put it back in, you just put these. This is what you want to go into the chamber. So you just pop it in. And there you go. That's all you do for both of them. This one is for scoring. This one is for trimming. So if you want to keep them at separate ends, or, you know, I always just keep mine, and I always just know that the top one is for scoring and the bottom one is for trimming. And it does pop out super easy, but I don't know why I was struggling with it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get the Postscript stamp. And then this one I used my crumb cake, and I just inked it up. And it's easier if you have a big stamp like this to just do it that way, okay? And then just take your big piece of Whisper White, and this probably isn't going to cover the whole thing, but it's okay. I'm going to get enough out of it that it doesn't matter. Okay? See, I didn't get that end, but that's fine. I'm going to ink it up again. And this time you really only have to ink up one side because we're just going to ink up that piece of Very Vanilla. This one right here. So then we'll just lay that down. And then just ink on that. You're welcome, Brianna. Okay, so now we have that piece stamped, and I'm just going to lay it out of the way because we're done with that. So then I'm going to take, and I'm just going to open up all the inks, and I'm going to turn them around so I can make sure I can see the name and I don't mess up. And I'm trying to keep my sponges in the ones that they go in, okay? So then I just took Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to trim this off because I don't like looking at it. So let me just trim that off, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So then I'm just going to start coming in with the colors. And you kind of want to do like a randomness because you don't want to get all the same color in the same spot. You just want to get a good coverage of, so that way when we cut the leaves out, we've got a good variety of color going everywhere. I'm going to go to work today with inky fingers. Now I know I had a sponge. Oh, I'm just going to use the soft suede. I don't even think I used chocolate chips, so I'm not sure why I have that one out. And then I want to darken everything up just a little bit, not too much, so I'm just going to go over the whole thing with that. Okay. Then I'm going to close all of these up after I put my finger in my cherry cobbler like I just did. It's super easy to make this card. I mean, this, what I just did was the hardest thing, and that's the sponging. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy says she already loves it. Okay, so now I'm going to get a diaper wiper. I'm going to get this cherry cobbler that I got all over my finger on the card and ruin it, so give me just a second. Okay, I think I have it all off. Gonna bring the Big Shot back in. And we're gonna put one of the plates down. This is so backwards from the way that I normally do it. And then we're going to open up. Let me move my phone. I know, Cindy, right? Hi, Sandy. Cindy said card making hazards. Absolutely. So the ones I used was I used this one. And you just got to be selective the way that you lay them on there. And then I used this one. And let me see. This one. And I can't pick this one up with my finger. See if we can get this one. I got them all to fit last night. Okay, so you can see you can get them all to fit on one, on that one piece of paper. And you can kind of maneuver, you know, whatever images try to that you want to show through. And then we're just going to crank that through. Let me move it out of the way again. Lay those there. And then we're just going to pop them out. And pop right out, really super easy. Okay. I had my trash can behind me, but I don't. Then I'm going to go back in with soft suede. And we're going to ink all around the edges of each one of the leaves. And this is a mess on your fingers, so you will get inky fingers. Oh, they're blending into the paper where I sponged. I was like, oh my goodness, where did they go? Hey, Brittany. Thank you. Brittany says she loves it. And then we got one more. And then while I have my soft suede open, I'm going to grab this first piece that we did, and I'm going to ink around it. Okay. Then I'm going to ink around my old olive piece. And I like it. I like to get on the card like that where it shows through, not just stay on the edge. I'm going to leave that open because I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Let me grab that piece of paper. And for this, I'm going to take my glasses off and switch them to these because that is very blurry and this is a very small sentiment. So I'm just going to stamp. Yep, got it going in the right direction. And then I'm going to just stamp it right down. And I hope I got that centered. And I got it up a little bit high, but it's okay. You guys will forgive me, I know. Then we're going to ink. Guess I should have left my other glasses on. Maybe I would do better. Then we'll just ink around that. Okay. Now, this was the hardest part, was getting the leaves to go in the direction I wanted. And it's really like a puzzle once you get them going. I'm just looking at my card to get my reference of where I put them. But last night they literally just fit like a puzzle. So let me turn that one a little bit more. And that one. And then I think I'm going to kind of like that, guys, is how I did it. And I hope you guys could see that. So now I'm just going to lay this upside down and out of the way for right now, because I'm going to start putting the card together. And I cannot find my piece of Cajun Crepe that I just cut with you guys. If anybody sees it, tell me where it's at, because I don't know what I did with it. I could have swore I laid it right there to the right. Oh, here it is, in between the two stamps. I knew I laid it over there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is grab Fast Fuse. I'm the one that I've got full. And I'm just going to put some on the back of the old olive. Try to make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. Okay. And then you're just going to center that like that. Then I'm going to take some snail and put on the back piece of the Berry Vanilla. And then there's really not a right or wrong direction, but I always try to look and make sure that none of my words are upside down. We're just going to layer that right there like that. And I will tell you guys, I almost forgot about this. But last night when I was laying in bed, I thought, how cute would it be to take one of our border punches and maybe make this a little bit bigger. Don't cut it so small. And then do a nice border punch, so that would kind of like show that through. But I didn't have time to test it out this morning, so I didn't do it. Okay. Hi, Chelsea. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, I like Cindy says, my motto is when in doubt, sponge it out. That's funny. Okay, so to do the metallic thread, I just put a piece between my thumb and my finger and then widen my fingers. And I normally go 5 or 6 times with it like that. And snip it off. Whoops. And I got a little thing on the end to keep it all together, and it's stuck on my piece of paper. Then you can kind of take it off and just grab it right in the center like that. Maybe. There's always one piece that's got to be a troublemaker. Okay. Trying to grab them all. Okay. Got it, finally. Then I'm going to take, I'm going to get this out. I'm going to get some dimensionals and a glue dot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a dimensional right in the center just to kind of hold it together for me while I finish my work. And I'm just going to kind of lay that out of the way. Then I'm going to bring in the dimensionals, or the leaves, and I didn't glue them together or anything. I used my dimensionals to keep them together. So I just placed dimensionals on the back strategically like this to hold them all together. And then you can start placing them in other spots to help hold them down, okay? Then I'm going to take this little, whoops, this little piece right here is sticking out. So you can bring it around and stick it down on there. I'm going to pull this piece off. Okay. Then I'm going to take and start pulling these pieces out. And you can wait. I'm just holding that on my finger, but you can wait to take that backing piece off if you want to. And then I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm just going to kind of place this. Try to look and see where it's going to peek out on both sides. I kind of placed that dimensional. Let's move it down. I think I'm just going to place it kind of there. And then we're going to put the leaves on. And then just pop those down. Now, I already tied my bow because I didn't want to be here forever and a day with you guys trying to get my bow tied. And I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm just going to put that right in the center like so. And then I'm going to put my bow right in the center. And then I'm going to grab one of these cute little gems and put it right in the center, if I can get them open now. So just lift that up and put that right in the center. And voila, guys, there's your card for today. I hope you guys like it. Let me see what the comments. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy says stunning. Yes, Chelsea, I love border punches too. And that's what made me think of that. And I might actually try this with a border punch just to see. But I thought just, you know, a nice border punch there, and it would have a little bit of that peeking out, that would be so pretty. So there's the first one I did, and the leaves. You're going to get a different color. That's the neat thing about this. You're going to get a different color and a different look every single time you do it, because it depends on the ink, you know, on how much of this color versus that color. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my sentiment on. Hold on a minute. You guys need to call me out on this stuff. So this I used mini dimensionals for. We'll just pop this on here. I won't put a ton. I think I used like 4 or 5 on my other one, but we'll just put 3 on. Thanks, Mary. can't get the backing off. You know, when you're in your craft room all by yourself making these things, it's not a big deal. But when you're trying to do a Facebook Live and you can't get the backing off the dimensionals, it's like, come on. Okay, there you guys go. Hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Okay, now we got to move on to the other things that I almost forgot. I told you guys last week, the sentiment stamp is from the Painted Harvest. Thank you guys for the hearts. I love it. Yeah, Painted Harvest was where I got the sentiment from. Teresa wants to know the sentiment. So it came from, let me transition back over here because I have to show you guys something anyway. So it was the Painted Harvest, and it's the sentiment right there. And then postscript was what I stamped and then inked the leaves with. And the vintage leaves is the framelits is what I used. So I have to apologize, guys, because last week I made a major mistake. When I went over to grab my stamp set to tell you guys the giveaway, I grabbed the wrong stamp. I am so sorry. Please do not be upset with me, but I can't give you my stamp set, okay? So I've got another one. Thanks, Kathleen. Kathleen says it's beautiful. I'm so glad you guys like it because I loved it when I made it. But the stamp set I'm giving away today is Merry Mistletoe. And I'm so sorry that I showed the wrong one. I went back and watched my Facebook Live from last week and realized I showed the wrong stamp set. So I'm very sorry about that, but this is the one I intended to show. Now, I also told you you're going to get a free card packet with the stamp set so you can make the card. I haven't done a video. I will probably do a YouTube video in the next couple of days on how I did this card. But this is the card that you're going to make. And it's really easy. I mean, you've got everything in there to figure out how I made it. So you will be good to make this card on your own, even if I don't do a video. But that's the stamp set I'm giving away for this week's giveaway. And all you have to do to be entered in the drawing is leave a comment on this live Facebook post and then share the video. So share the Facebook Live. So the more people we get joining us, the more fun we're going to have, guys. That's the intention of me doing these is to grow my audience and to grow my customer base and share my tips and tricks with you guys. Hi, Jeannie. Oh, she's from Maine. What's your weather up there? Today it's cold. If you missed on the beginning, I turned our heat on today. It was 65 degrees in my house when I got up. I was in my comfy bed with a huge, thick comforter on and did not want to get up. So I texted my husband, the heat has now been turned on. So that was kind of funny. Wind, rain, not a lot of cold. It was cold here yesterday and rainy, and yesterday was the day that they worked on our road. I don't know if you guys follow me, but if you do, you know the story. Our road washed out and they had to repair it yesterday. And I walked from my house, it's probably only a quarter of a mile, but it was misting a little bit and freezing cold. So I get all the way down to the end because my girlfriend's going to pick me up for work, and you can drive across the road. There's no way of them notifying us to let us know. So I had to turn around and walk back to my house, texting my girlfriend, hey, don't need a ride, I'm going to be able to drive. Then you get to work and you have to park way across the parking lot, and I was froze. Thanks, Brianna, for sharing. Thanks, Teresa, for sharing. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I kept you just briefly over a half hour today. I hope you loved my card. I love it. I liked my little mistake, and just, you know, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and that's what I did last night when I miscut my cardstock and scored it wrong. So if anybody has any more questions, let me know now, because I'm getting ready to end, and I'm going to stay just a minute because I know there's a delay. Thanks for the heart, Cindy. Love you, girl. Thanks, Sandy. I'm so glad you guys like it. Thanks, Kim, for sharing. I didn't see you on here, Kim. Hi. Thanks for joining. Okay, guys, I'm going to go, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. And I'm going to, I wanted to say this too at the beginning and forgot. My special project that Mary says I'm killing her with doing the teasers with. If I get it done before next Wednesday, I will jump on here live and I'll give you guys an announcement that I'm going live to share it, because I'm just excited to share it with you guys as you guys are, to find out what it is. And I ordered a stamp set that I want to finish this off with, and I'm supposed to get it today along with my Pick a Pumpkin online class. So those will go out in the mail tomorrow. I have everything done, videos done, labels are waiting at UPS. All I have to do is hit click once I get the package and know the day I'm going to be able to deliver them or make it to the post office, which will be tomorrow if I get the package today, and get those in the mail to you guys. I have a bunch of other stuff I have to mail out, so I will do the drawing for the stamp set. I'll have it posted tomorrow, probably about 1:30 again. I'll shoot between 1:30 and 2, and I'll just post it on Facebook, on my Facebook page, who the winner was. So I can't tell you, Cindy. Cindy's dying for me to know. I can't tell you. My lips are sealed. I'm so super excited, though, and I hope you guys are excited when I share it and love it and want to learn how to make it too, because I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Bye. Thanks for joining me today.